Finally, Google's long-awaited next-gen generative AI model Gemini has arrived. Earlier, there were reports that Google postponed the launch of Gemini. But with this launch, Google re-established itself as a world leader in AI.
If I were to look at the foundational breakthroughs in AI over the past decade, Google has been at the forefront of many of those breakthroughs.
Gemini is our largest and most capable model. It means that Gemini can understand the world around us in the way that we do. So not just text, but also code, audio, image, and video.
Taylor used Gemini to search a large corpus of scientific papers for key information.
We wrote a prompt. With its advanced reasoning capabilities, Gemini was able to distinguish between papers that were relevant to the study and those that weren't.
I'm delighted to introduce AlphaCode 2, powered by Gemini. When we evaluate AlphaCode 2 on the same platform as the original AlphaCode, we solve almost twice as many problems.
Gemini on its own has the ability to transform software development as we understand it.
Based on their design, which of these would go faster?
The car on the right would be faster. It is more aerodynamic.
But safety and responsibility has to be built in from the beginning.
And that has oriented us to be both bold and responsible together.
Developers and enterprise customers are going to figure out really creative ways to further refine our foundational models.
Gemini will be available in 3 sizes. Gemini Ultra, our most capable and largest model for highly complex tasks. Gemini Pro, our best performing model for a broad range of tasks. And Gemini Nano, our most efficient model for on-device tasks.
It's been a monumental engineering task, which has been, very challenging, but also very exciting.
Gemini is a natively multi-model, which means that the user is not required to pre-select the modality. And that's because unlike other large language models, Gemini is trained on text, code, images, audio, and video. You can assume all coming together as a pile of data. And that's what makes Gemini the most important algorithm in Google's history. And it will also bring a new wave of multi-model AI. Gemini is not a single model. It comes as a family of 3 AI models. Gemini Pro, which will be the best model for scaling across a wide range of tasks. Then we have Gemini Nano, which is supposed to work for mobile devices. And finally, Gemini Ultra, which is a more powerful flagship version of Gemini model. Nano also comes in 2 sizes, Nano 1 and Nano 2, targeting low and high performance devices. The initial version of Gemini Pro has already been rolled out in Google Bard. So if you want to try it out, you can check on the Bard chatbot. Gemini Pro's enterprise version will launch on December 13th using Vertex AI, which is Google's fully managed ML platform on Google Cloud. Google will then start rolling out Gemini in other Google products like Duet AI, Chrome, Search, and Ads in the next few months. Google is also planning to release Gemini Nano on Pixel 8 Pro via its recently released AI Core app, which is exclusive to Android 14. Gemini Nano will power Pixel 8 Pro's features like suggested replies on messaging apps and summarization in the Recorder app. And finally, Gemini Ultra, which will be released next year. They are planning to launch Bard Advanced using Gemini Ultra, something like ChatGPT Pro. But for now, the world is amazed by the Google Gemini demos. Just look at this clip. How Gemini is responding to the images and questions about it.
All right, testing Gemini. Here we go. Tell me what you see.
I see you placing a piece of paper on the table. I see a squiggly line.
What about now?
The contour lines are smooth and flowing, with no sharp angles or jagged edges. It looks like a bird to me.
What if I add this?
The bird is swimming in the water. It has a long neck and beak. It is a duck.
Yes.
A duck is a type of waterfowl in the family Anatidae. Ducks are closely related to geese and swans. The duck appears to be blue. This is not a common color for ducks. However, there are some breeds of blue ducks. These are typically not as common as other duck breeds. It is more common for ducks to be brown, black, or white.
Are you sure?
What the quack? I was just talking about a blue duck, and now you're holding one. It looks like blue ducks are more common than I thought.
Would this float?
I'm not sure what material it's made of, but it looks like it might be rubber or plastic.
What if I tell you it's making a squeaking sound?
Oh, if it's squeaking, it's definitely going to float.
Nice.
It is a rubber duck. It is made of a material that is less dense than water.
Can you teach me how to say this in a different language? And give me a few options. Ooh, can you explain how to pronounce the Mandarin one? Is it 鸭子?
鸭子
is pronounced with a first tone. In Mandarin, there are 4 tones, which are essential to distinguish the meaning of words. The first tone is a high-level tone.
Oh, okay.
The duck is in the middle of the ocean. There is no land nearby for the duck to rest or find food. It is unlikely to find ducks here naturally.
Okay, based on what you see, come up with a game idea. Oh, and use emojis, please.
How about this? We can play a game called Guess the Country.
Sure, let's do it.
Clue 1. This country is the home of the kangaroo, the koala, and the Great Barrier Reef.
Oh, that's easy.
Clue 2. This country loves football and has won the most men's World Cups in football history. You are trying to get me to find the paper ball under the cup. I accept the challenge. The cup to the left.
Nice.
I know what you're doing. You're playing rock, paper, scissors.
What do you see now?
The fingers are spread out to look like the wings of a butterfly.
What's this?
Big ear and barking mouth. A dog.
Sweet.
The coin should be under the right hand.
I don't know.
The coin is in the left hand using a sleight of hand technique to make it appear as if the coin has disappeared. Both objects are round and flat.
There you go.
Both are food. The orange is a healthier choice than the cookie. Citrus can be calming, and so can the spin of the fidget toy. They are both examples of popular toys that have been enjoyed by children and adults alike for many years.
Give me some ideas for what I could make with this.
I see pink and green yarn. How about a dragon fruit? Or how about a green cake with a pink heart?
Okay, how about these colors? And maybe show me some animals.
Okay, now I see blue and pink yarn. How about a pig with blue ears? Or an octopus? Or a bunny with a pink nose?
Ooh, I'll keep those in mind. Which way should the duck go?
Going left leads to a duck, which is a friend. Going right leads to a bear, which is a foe. It is better to make friends than foes, so the duck should go left.
Smart choice.
This is a picture of a crab.
That's right. Is this the right order?
No, the correct order is Sun, Earth, Saturn.
Based on their design, which of these would go faster?
The car on the right would be faster. It is more aerodynamic.
Which looks more fun?
The one on the right, because it has a loop.
What do you think this person might be saying?
How about a woohoo?
Ooh, I love that.
I see you're drawing a guitar. You've added an amp. Now it's an electric guitar. We can make some seriously loud music now. Given that you added drums, how about some 80s hair metal? Alright, I see you've added a palm tree to the drawing. Change it up with some beachy vibes.
What movie are they acting out here?
I think they are acting out the famous bullet time scene from The Matrix.
Ooh, nice. What do you think might happen next?
The cat is going to jump to the wall and stick the landing. It's going to be a perfect 10. Oh, and it's a miss. It looks like it was just a little too far away, but don't worry. The cat is a natural athlete and it will be back up there in no time.
Okay, I've got one more for you. Describe the drawing I made.
It is a simple line drawing of the constellation Gemini. You did a good job of capturing the beauty of Gemini.
Nice. That's it. I think we're done.
As per Google DeepMind VP of Product Ellie Collins, Gemini is a state of art across a wide range of benchmarks, 30 out of 32 of the widely used ones in the machine learning research community. Google says Gemini Ultra, the model that will debut next year, scores 90%, higher than any other model including GPT-4, on the Massive Multitask Language Understanding or MMLU benchmark. Not only GPT-4, but Gemini Ultra is also the first model to outperform human experts on MMLU, which uses a combination of 57 subjects such as math, physics, history, law, medicine, and ethics. Now let's look at some benchmarks. So first, in text generation and coding, in MMLU, Gemini Ultra is beating GPT-4 with at least 3%. In reasoning, except for HelloSwag, which is a benchmark for common everyday tasks, Gemini Ultra is better than GPT-4. In math also, Gemini Ultra is slightly better than GPT-4. But in coding in Python language, it's outperforming GPT-4 by a good 8%. Now let's see multimodal. In image generation, Gemini Ultra is better than GPT-4 in all benchmark testing. For video generation, as GPT-4 does not have that capability yet, Google compared Gemini with DeepMind's Flamingo and another model called Saliva or self-chained video localization answering, and it outperforms both of these models. In audio generation, the comparison is done between Gemini Pro and OpenAI's Whisper 2 and Whisper 3 models, and Gemini Pro is beating Whisper 2, but Whisper 3 is outperforming Gemini here. Also, this audio generation comparison is done with Gemini Pro, not Gemini Ultra. And they have not mentioned why. Maybe Gemini Ultra does not have an audio generation feature yet. But as soon as this news about Google Gemini came out, it became the talk of the town. And many people didn't realize that Google has also introduced two other products along with Gemini, AlphaCode 2 and TPU v5. So let's start with AlphaCode 2. Almost 2 years back, Google released AlphaCode, its first AI code generator, and now using Gemini, they came up with a more advanced code generator, AlphaCode 2. AlphaCode 2 not only solves the programming challenges, it goes beyond coding to solve complex maths and other computer science challenges. I checked its technical report and it says that AlphaCode 2 solves 43% of problems within 10 attempts, close to twice as many problems as the original AlphaCode, which was 25%. And it performed better than 85% of the competition participants, roughly 87%, which is amazing. Just look at this graph. They also mentioned the fine-tuning procedure here, which is 2 rounds of gold, an offline reinforcement learning algorithm for LLM, and the training dataset. And this performance is after many contests. And if you read the report, it says that in 2 contests where AlphaCode 2 performed at its best, it outperformed more than 99.5% of the participants. And it's scary. In this report only, DeepMind shared a lot of surprising details on an inference time search, filtering and re-ranking system. And while we all were guessing about OpenAI's Q star, it looks like Google has its Q star already. What do you guys think? Google also introduced its next generation TPUs for training AI models. The TPU v5 chips are already used by industry leaders like Salesforce. Google claimed that they trained the Gemini model on their in-house TPUs v4 and v5. And according to a technical report released by DeepMind, Google Pro took a matter of weeks to train, while Gemini Ultra took much longer time. Although Google didn't provide any details on the TPU performance compared with the market leader Nvidia, but these back-to-back announcements of AI chips, first from Microsoft, then Amazon, and now Google, shows that after LLM, AI chips will be the next competition among these big tech players. Let me know what you guys think. Hopefully the next year will be interesting with major releases of Google Ultra and GPT-5. Till then, I'll keep bringing more AI content to you, so don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.